Stop chasing, man. Y'all get on in here, man. Y'all come on in here. It's a very special day. Y'all come on in here. When y'all come in here, let me know where y'all are chiming in from. All right. If you're new, let me know if it's your first time so I can greet you and welcome you to something that I think is going to be very beneficial to your trading experience. Right here, we are going over profitable setups that could potentially make you money by the time you wake up tomorrow. All right, I'm here every single day during the week, 11:30 Pacific, 2:30 Eastern. All right, let's lock in. Who we got up in here? Again, y'all, when y'all come in here, hit that like button for me. All right, I'm not gonna gatekeep any information. I'm not gonna stand in the way of any of your, learning this skill set. But all I ask is that you just give me a simple doot, and we good. All right, let's get it. Let's get it. I'm feeling good today, man. Who we got up in here? Brittany. How you feeling, Brittany? Oklahoma in the building. There we go. Are you Tulsa, Brittany? Jazzy D, what up, man? Kent, what's going on? Doot! Hit that like button. You already know. As soon as you come in, that's the entry fee right there. Appreciate you, Alchemist. How you feeling over there, man? Jamie, what's going on? Georgia in the building. Yeah. Yes, sir. P, what up, man? P in the building. We got QTZ in the building. Doop. Ash Cash, I see you. Hunter, what's going on, brother? How you feeling? Doop. Gotta go ahead and hit that like button. Listen, y'all. The market been on some other shit, right? I'm not gonna lie to you. The market has been dropping tremendously. We were able to catch, a couple plays today. We got Palantir after I got off of, the Voice Live or whatever in the Prosperity Collective. We caught that for, 25%. How many of y'all caught that Palantir play? You said Toast and I'm feeling good. There you go. I'm happy to hear that, Britt. Or Brittany, I'm sorry. Sometimes I tend to like shorten people's names, but you know what? I know that some people don't like that. So, my apologies on that. It says LPHD. What up, man? How you feeling? There we go. You said sunburn. Oh, where you at? Where you been at? Where you get sunburnt at? Out on the water? Stoic, what up? How you feeling, man? Phoenix, how you doing over there? Good to see you. All right, y'all. So look, today in the market, we got a lot of dropping, right? Continuation on the dropping. We got Hood down 8.5%, right? And I'm not on the charts right now. I don't have it faced to y'all, so I don't want y'all to think that y'all can't see it. We'll get to that in a second, but I just wanted to go over some of these drops. We got Palantir down almost 7%. I think it saw as low as 128, which was that level that we did talk about on live the other day. So it's continuing to come down. Microsoft. Oh, you know what? Damn, we caught two plays today because we caught Microsoft. I forgot I called Microsoft for what I call it for 40% today. I forgot about that one. Yeah, so we caught Microsoft for 40. We caught Palantir for 25%. AMD is down 4.5%, right? SoFi is continuing downward, right? It's a lot of opportunities that are forming. What we have to figure out is, are these opportunities ready right now, or is the market like ready to start going into a downtrend, right? Like a sustained downtrend that could possibly lead to a bear market. All right, so we want to be very careful as we analyze things, because there could be a continuation of stocks just falling out. The last thing we want y'all to do is lose money for no reason, right? There's going to be times in the market where we take a little bit of an L, and typically you'll notice with a good trader that a lot of the L's are taking place at times where there was nothing that they could do about it, right? If you think about the plays that we call in the group, they usually hit. Swings, day trades, whatever. The times that they don't hit is usually like something happened in the market that was completely just out of the out of the scope of what was going on. So when that happens, as a good trader, which I want to do, right? Because y'all are excellent traders, right? Master traders in the making. What y'all want to do is you just want to be patient and just see. All right, I got a little burn there. I took a little L, but let me see exactly what's taking place. Let me see what's really going on. All right. So we're not going to jump in front of anything. All right. We're not doing that. We experts over here. All right. You said Apple hit yesterday. Yep. Doot, doot. Hey, listen, y'all gonna be saying doot in y'all dreams. You hit that. You hit that Microsoft Ash. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all be getting money, man. Y'all be getting money. Pixel, how you feeling over there, Pixel? It says I went to Indonesia for a sailing surf charter. Oh yeah, okay. Dope. How was that? Besides getting sunburned. As y'all come on in, hit that like button for me one time. Greatly appreciate it. It says small place testing the water. Exactly. So we can catch the intradays, right? And there may be some obvious trades for swings, but we don't want to, we don't want to try to do too much, right? The market is going to like humble you more than anything can humble you if you think that what you want to happen is going to ever, exceed what the market wants to happen. It's just how it goes. There we go, Pamela. Good to see you. Doot. Yeah, you said Microsoft still cooking. Let me see. It probably went all the way into that gap. Let me see. Probably went all. Oh yeah. Yep, it made it all the way. It's literally literally exactly as you said that at the exact time that you said that. It hit the bottom of the gap exactly. It hit the bottom of the gap exactly. So that was a beautifully executed trade. We could have stayed in longer. Anybody that stayed in Microsoft, you made like a probably a double honey bun or more, right? There were a lot of great opportunities to the downside intraday. All right. Hey, I appreciate that, Pixel. I appreciate that. We pour a lot into it, and like I said, it helps to have great energy in there. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate y'all coming and serving y'all every day. You said that Hermes bell hold was crazy. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah, that Microsoft worked out. We talked about that on live last night, or not last night, but yesterday. We were like, let's watch out for it. And that's exactly how it broke it down today. So it was a beautiful thing. D Goods, what's going on? How you feeling over there? All right. Y'all get on in here, man. Y'all climb on in. Y'all go ahead and let me know again where y'all chiming in from. If you're new, say what's up. I definitely want to see who you are, greet you, show love, all that good stuff. All right. All right. So I'm gonna kick it off, and then we'll again we'll go into the things that y'all want to go over. But as promised, we talked about some plays from yesterday that need to get revisited. Okay. We talked about Marvell. We're waiting for a breakdown of that previous day. We're gonna go back and see how some of these shook out today. This is gonna give us some information about what to do next. All right. We still don't have the full picture yet, right? Because there's a lot of order blocks that are kind of like sitting right below where some of these stocks are, that I believe that one more little news event could send it lower. All right, we've had some critical earnings that took place this week, and those did not send the market. So this is something that I also want y'all to keep on y'all dome, right? Keep it on your brain, right? The fact that Palantir, Nvidia, like some of these bigger companies, that a lot of them had good earnings, did not send the market like through the roof. To me, that spells exhaustion. That spells, okay, we going in a different direction for a little while. All right, and I just want to make sure that you're keeping that in mind when you think about your long terms. Again, there's going to be a lot of leap opportunities in this area that we're in right now and below. And if this is something that I would recommend. If you have, say you're looking for, say you want to spend about $10,000 in leaps, right? and you want to let that sit for 1.5, 2 years, or however long it may take for it to get a couple of flips, right? You can have 2 to 3 ad points, right? In the area that we're in right now, which on a lot of stocks is like down 30+%, could be your initial ad point once we get a reversal signal and confirmation, right? If we are in a downtrend, what you're going to find is that a lot of the reversal signals and confirmations are going to turn into bear flags. When we go into like these downtrends, you start to see a lot of bear flags just taking place on a daily, right? You think it's recovering, and then it's like it fall even further, right? So that also could be that when we get that confirmation, it is ready to go up. We just can't time that. We can never time the absolute bottom. No matter how good you get at this, you can never time the absolute bottom. You can get lucky and get it, but the best plan of action is having a few ad points on the way down. If your first ad point on a great company is when they're down, 30 something percent, you're going to be okay when we talk about 2 to 3 years out. All right. If you guys are, like a little more conservative, you could literally just wait until there's a bear market. The one thing about waiting for the bear market, though, is that there's no guarantee that it's going to come, right? So like we get waves of bear market, but it's not like, okay, every single 3 years is a bear market. A bear market can hit whenever it wants. You know what I mean? Whenever it wants. Sometimes it might be 9 to 10 years, in between, right? You could be in a bull market for a straight 9, 10 years. It's happened before, right? So, a conservative approach would just be to wait till a bear market and just buy up, stuff in the bear market. But when you're talking about buying the dip, we are absolutely in a dip right now. And can it continue to dip? Yeah, for sure. But like I said, over the course of a couple of years, like you'll thank yourself. All right, so I'm gonna go to Marvell real quick. I'm gonna go to Marvell. See, bear market might need to turn to try stuff like that. Yeah, straight up. Yeah, I'm telling you. Listen, there we go. Let's get these hours. Appreciate you, Stacy. Listen, y'all. I forgot. Listen, this is a celebration, right? This is like we about to be a legit fully monetized YouTube channel today. All right. I think when I mentioned it earlier, we were about 100 hours away. I think right now we're probably about 80 hours away. So by the time that this live is published, we should be, around that goal. You know what I'm saying? Thanks to you guys. Thanks to me for putting in the work, obviously. Thanks for y'all for showing up. But it's up. It's up from here. This is just like the very beginning. And it took a lot. Like it ain't easy to to show up every day for a year. You know what I mean? But man, we building something special, and I'm just grateful that all of y'all are here. All right, done with the speech. We're gonna get into these charts. Marvell. But yeah, y'all hit that like button for me. That's all I need. Yeah, we gonna get to the disclaimer. I like how y'all be keeping me on point, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, we gonna get to the disclaimer as soon as I start giving y'all these recommendations. All right. All right, so we're gonna get into Marvell. Really quickly though, I do want y'all to see what happened with Microsoft. So look at this, man. This, as you can see by where it is, you can see how far back I drew this, right? I stretched this, back then, like when time was going by. But this was originally drawn, I probably drew this sometime in like the earlier part of the spring last year, and it came down. It took this long, but this is how it goes sometimes, right? It's like sometimes you might think that it forgot about that gap, but the moment that it starts to push down, you better believe that at some point it's coming through, especially when it starts breaking through through bullish order blocks and stuff like that. So we clean this up. I can get rid of this now, right? I can get rid of this now and take it. I'll probably keep it on, but it's done what it needs to do. So now this could be an area of bounce, or it could continue down because there is actually one more gap, which would be right above this order block right here, and I'll show you. I'll show you exactly where it is. All right, it's right here. Y'all see this? Got another gap right there to fill. All right, so that could be happening very soon. Um, Again, we tomorrow we may do some sort of bounce on a Friday, right? It's the market has been coming down most of the week, so we could come back and retest this level that it broke here around 408, and then come down into this area. But yeah, I if it can come down and fill this gap right here, right, and then come into this bullish order block, I would be very interested in getting calls in Microsoft. So y'all mark the level. Take a moment to take note of this bullish order block. From the top of it is about 358. The bottom of it is about 347. So it's about a $10 buying opportunity in this area down here. All right. So when it comes down here, we're just gonna be looking for reversals and confirmations, right? Keeping a tight stop loss below the order block when we do decide to do that. All right. Um, and the tight stop loss is only if you're getting it out like for a few weeks or a month or whatever. Um, if you're getting it out longer, you don't necessarily need to put that stop loss on there. Your drawdown can be a little bit more, because even if you got in right here and it came down to this next order block in elite, you probably wouldn't be down, but maybe like 20-30% drawdown, right? If it happened immediately. So um, yeah, I like a lot of what's forming on Microsoft. I'm gonna continue to keep my eye on it. Um, I'm gonna continue to update y'all on like these longer term plays, but Microsoft is definitely a beautiful longer term play that's forming. Coinbase is as well, but we'll get into that in a second. All right, so Marvell, we wanted to see what was going to take place with that today to see if it made sense to possibly get into a swing. So let's pull Marvell up. We needed to see it break previous day high. Did it do that? Did it do that? Let's see. Okay. It did not. It did not do that. But what it is giving us is a fail 2D. All right. It is giving us a fail 2D, which is a very strong, reversal signal. Um, Not super compelled to get this right, but I will keep an eye on this. Again, in this particular market, like certain times I would take a fail 2D straight off off the Bollinger Band like this, but in this particular market, it's like I gotta see confirmation even on stuff that's like pretty high probability. Because here's an example of it falling out. Right, this was just the other day. Right, it had a fail 2D, so now I got trust issues. You know what I mean? Now I got trust issues. They did some flaw stuff, so now I gotta step back and see what they're gonna do next. So fail 2D on here. Marvell looks good. A confirmation on a confirmation tomorrow would be nice. A higher high and a higher low, bullish closing would be nice. But this does look like it's ready to reverse and do a mean reversion. Back up here. It's very clean on the daily, right? Very clean. So it could definitely make its way back to the mean, which is about a $7 move from where it currently is. All right, so we'll keep an eye on Marvell. don't miss a day. You gotta practice what you preach. I'm doing today's journal right now. Right, we hit Nvidia. I'm sorry, we hit Microsoft on the breakdown. Got 40% out the deal. Very confident in the play. Calm during entry. We didn't not. It wasn't much drawdown. I don't think we had more than like 10% drawdown on that one. That one worked out beautifully. And then Palantir was called offline, and we caught that for 25%. Setup was a failed 2D on the hourly. Did not hit one. I think it was it 137? Yeah, 137 target. Took profits early at 25% due to slow movement. Max drawdown was 20% on that one. All right. So we logged up for the day, y'all. Remember, journal it. It's a simple action. I'm telling you, when you go back and look at it, right? It's gonna be the thing that keeps you in the zone. And sometimes y'all look actions. Sometimes actions are more ritualistic, right? Sometimes actions are more ritualistic. I don't want y'all to miss that. And when I say actions are more ritualistic, it's not so much that like, okay, I'm writing this down. I'm about to like learn this crazy thing right now. But the ritual of writing is keeping you in the zone. It's keeping you connected to the thing, right? It's like there's so many statistics that show that people that write things down tend to be able to process it way quicker. They're able to articulate it way better. The same way that when I'm teaching you, I'm simultaneously becoming better at trading. So I'm writing stuff down and I'm also teaching you and I'm also studying. So it's like I'm getting 3 touch points of these charts. You see what I'm saying? So get the touch points in, get the reps in. It's going to really like keep you connected and make you feel like, you know what I'm saying, like you're doing or going in the right direction. All right. So and you could take the things that I use. Like I said, I put max drawdown. I put whether the target was hit or not. I put like what my mood was. If there was something dumb that I did, or I felt like I entered a little too early, I put that. If the market did something that was outrageous, I put that on there too. All right, and you guys can also find like other little things that you think that you need to remember or to go revisit down the road when you're looking at it. All right, but definitely do that. I'm gonna keep y'all up on that. All right, so Marvell, we had IBM. All right, we're gonna go look at IBM and see what IBM did. We wanted to see if today was going to be a confirmation day because we had the hammer on the daily. All right. Nope. 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 It didn't do what we needed. And there's still an hour left, but I don't like where this opened at. I don't like this. I don't like that this opened so low down here. Yeah, it's not in confirmation territory yet. This could actually, if we do decide to come down, right? If we get continuation on the market into next week, we could see IW. I'm sorry, not IWM. We could see IBM come down to this area here, right? So we got yeah. Again, like I'm gonna go ahead and draw a potential. It's not a fully formed bear flag, but I'm gonna draw the potential. I'm gonna draw the potential. This is gonna guide my my decision making as it's as I'm watching price action, right? So this is why I do it. I can easily see like what's going on. Again, y'all remember what I said about trend lines? Trend lines ain't nothing but support and resistance. It's just trend lines are nothing but diagonal support and resistance. That's it. It's diagonal support and resistance that also show you the speed at which something is falling, right? Hence the slope. All right. So we'll leave that. We'll let that stay put for right now and just kind of see how it consolidates in this little area. And if we can get a break out of here, then we could be coming down to this area here. All right. So that's IBM. Bear flag has been drawn. Waiting for a breakdown or a blow up. Or a blow up of structure. All right. All right. What else we got? Yeah, so we talked about Palantir. Palantir wound up coming down. Palantir, I'm just kind of like letting that free fall for right now. Okay, we did Microsoft. Let's see Netflix real quick. Let's go Netflix because Netflix is in that wage, and I'm not gonna let a day go by that I don't look at Netflix. Because when that thing breaks out, it's going to be silly. Yeah, it got to fail to up. So it might want to come down a little bit more. Definitely in a super downtrend, yo. It's below the mean, inside this Bollinger Band. Like it's not even trying to get above that. It tested trying to get out of this wedge, but failed. But the good thing is relief could be on the way. All right, relief could be on the way because we could be coming down into this this area that everybody wants to see it at, which is $77. All right. So I would write this level down 77 for Netflix. So for Netflix, write down 77, 77 support level, key support level. And then what you want to see is if there's going to be some sort of reversal and then confirmation. Keep in mind, right? We don't want to enter at the reversal or the reversal and the confirmation because we don't want to get chewed up. There's so much in this play once it breaks out of here, it just doesn't make sense to try to get any little scrap that you're trying to squeeze in to just get the best possible entry. You don't have to do that. When something is poised for an explosive movement like this, like it can, like when it breaks out of here, it can at minimum come up to to $95. There's no point in trying to front run it. We've been watching this. This has been like this for months. When it finally breaks out, y'all are going to get paid so crazy. So if Netflix is not outside of this wedge, I don't recommend that you trade it. This is from experience. This is from me to you. It doesn't make sense, right? Would it be a couple little intraday moves? Yeah, cool. But the swing on this when it breaks out, that's what you're gonna really want. That's gonna pay you so crazy. All right, so 77 for key level support on Netflix. That's what we're watching for. All right. What else we got to revisit? We gotta go look at NXPI. We looked at. I think we want to see that come down to another level. Bear flag breakdown potential. Oh yeah, LAC. LAC has a bear flag breakdown potential. So let's go back and revisit revisit that one and see exactly what's formulating with that. Man, y'all listen, over this next year, y'all about to make some chicken. I'm trying to tell you, when these directions change, I'm talking about like not even having to monitor it, just having it accumulating in the account. Yeah, so also it broke down today. Yep. So we talked about this yesterday. We had the bear flag. I'm sorry, the bearish engulfing in the bear flag, and y'all see what it did today. It broke down. So this could continue. I like it if it can break this level right here. So if it can break 431, then I'll take it down here. You see how I got the whole thing drawn out? We already on this, right? So if it can break this 431, it's clean down to $3. So that's what I'll be watching for. All right. I mean, to some, this is already a confirmation because it is a bear flag breakdown. However, there's a level right here, and for me, you know, it's a potential for it to bounce and then retest right there, right? Anytime there's like a support that's been hit 1, 2, 3 times, and that's just in the recent history, um, it's a very strong level. So when we get here, people might be like, all right, it's time to get in calls. Even if the market still wants to come down, the amount of buyers that will enter at this level are going to bring the stock back up to this bear flag structure right here, and that's called a break and retest, right? Again, if we have break and retest of support and resistance level, what did I say about trend lines? They're support and resistance levels, so that means that they can be retested as well. All right. So again, 431, we're gonna watch for a bounce or a breakdown. If it can break down out of 431, lights out to $3. All right, y'all make sure y'all write that down. All right, 431 is the breakdown level where the next test is going to be for LAC. All right, so 431, a break, target $3. That's the target. We could take profits at any moment. I'm just letting you know that it's going to go on its way to $3. And if you get the profits that you like on the way there, you don't have to see it all the way through. All right. So 431 break, target 3. If it bounces at 431, we'll see if it fails the retest of the bear flag. If it does, and we get a reversal and a confirmation, then we can slam it from there. All right. So that's LAC. Again, y'all, look, if y'all just joining, man, welcome. All right, welcome. Do me one favor and just hit that like button for me. All right, that's all I need y'all to do. All right, I'm gonna give y'all what I see, right, in real time. I'm not like trying to, oh no, well, if you come over here, I'll give you another list. Like, no, you're getting real levels, you're getting real instructions. However, I don't know what I'm talking about. It's for entertainment purposes only, right? This is not financial advice by any means. All right. And if you ever take a trade that I entertained you about, right? I said some funny shit about like you should get in LAC. You know what I'm saying? You should get in LAC because it might make you like 30%. You know what I'm saying? It's all jokes. All right. So if you want to take that serious, that's on you. You see what I'm saying? It's completely on you, and you should do your homework. You should do your research and your due diligence, and make sure that you're making that decision on your own, not because you heard it in a joke on YouTube. All right. So we just had to preface that, had to get that disclaimer in there. Yeah, we all out of Palantir. We all out of Palantir. Nard. He said Alchemist AMD. Yeah, listen, man. AMD gonna be legendary, like to that next gap for sure. But when it fills that next gap, whoo, over the next leaps on that from the time that it bounces in that next gap. Oh my goodness. Yeah. You said let's take them intraday until this downtrend passes. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You said thanks for that sweet play this morning on Microsoft. Hey, I got you, Candy. You know I got you. Cortez. Who else we got in here? You said didn't close Nvidia 2.9 expiration. Okay, how's it going for you on Nvidia? I went ahead and cut those. I just didn't like the that the way they played us out that next day. I was like, we got too many beautiful plays, Chaos. I'll go over AMD. I'll add that for sure to the lineup. I'll add that for sure to the lineup because AMD, man. We got some. Listen, I'm trying to tell y'all, we got some. This is like a trader Super Bowl, right? Like bear markets and major pullbacks. This is like when you like, man, I'm about to like you can go in with more money than you normally would, right? Because you're getting longer term. Like it's a lot of opportunities that are forming. Again, we just gotta make sure that we patient. That's the key. All right. He said it got you. Hey, listen. Hey, listen, bro. Like you gotta understand something, man. Like this is one of those skill sets where you determine your raise. Right? You could, all right, say, somebody make 100, y'all go make 100,000 this year or more, right? 250, whatever. You might have 60, 70 sitting. Right? You might want to go put that, and when I say that, I mean like that you would want to put in leaps. You might go put 60 or 70 in a leap on something like AMD or Palantir, and your 60, 70 could be $250,000. And it may not even take the full 2 years that you leap it out to. Like it ain't, there's no place, I promise you, I've tried them all. Like I ran a business, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I've clocked over $1 million, in my product based business, right? I'm still running that, still doing that, right? But it ain't no money like stock market money. I promise you. It ain't. It ain't. Y'all know it ain't. That's why y'all here. Y'all know it ain't. It ain't no money. What's going on, Darrell? How you feeling, man? It ain't. It's just not. It ain't no money over here. It's no money like, not no money over here. It's not no money like stock market. That's just plain and simple. And it's like the amount of time that we invest into other things. It's like, okay, I get that people are freaked out by the uncertainty of the market when you're new, but you get a lot more certainty as you grow in this. But if you think about spending, a year to learn a skill set for a job, that's a good idea, right? Because it can get you some money. But learning a skill set like this, coupled with whatever else you're doing, you just can't lose. You know what I mean? You can't lose. All right, let's get back to it. Matter of fact, let's go. We ain't even gonna wait. Let's just go look at AMD right now, man. Again, if y'all coming in right now, hit that like button for me. That, man, I greatly appreciate it. We are on a mission to. I would love to see like 80, 90 likes. It's been like these lives have been going up every single day thanks to y'all, right? So 80, 90 likes would be beautiful. If you haven't hit that like button, what you waiting on? All right, we're gonna go look at AMD right now. We're gonna go look at AMD right now, and I'm gonna let you guys know exactly what's going on with that. All right, exactly what's going on with that. So it's two gaps, right? We filled the one to the downside right here, right? Came down and filled that, but it took a gap down to fill the gap that was already down here. All right, now we got this big gap right here, which is pretty much the last one that needs to get filled. This one right here. Y'all see this? Right there. All right, maybe this need to come up a little. Pretty sizable gap, right? 192. There's about a $20 gap, right? So just inside the gap, is quite a bit of money. Oh, we at the gap? I didn't realize. We might take this on live, yo. I didn't realize we were at the gap. I still got the picture of AMD from this morning in my mind. We're at the gap. All right, now we got to break down to a lower time frame. We might take this on live, yo. We might scalp this on live, like very, very serious. Let's see. Let me see what the hourly is looking like. This formula failed to up. Mm. 222. Okay. Yeah, yo. If we can drop below if we can break below 191, I like this a lot. I just wonder if it can do it in this last hour of the market. Yeah, it's about to close on a fail to up too. Tweezer head or fail to up off the top of the Bollinger Band. This is looking good. That's on the 5 minute though. It's pushed. Yeah, it's rejecting off of this off of the mean on the 15. Everything's saying down. Everything is saying down. If it can flip this fail 2D on the hourly and break below 191, I'm taking it. We'll come back to that. No, it's not after hours. Nope. No, the market's still live. You see that right there? What that say right there? Market open. Yep. We got about another 45 minutes in the market. Yeah, and it's at the 200 exactly, QTZ. So no. We not getting it. So subsistence, we're not getting in LAC put yet. What we want to see is we want to see it break 431. And if it breaks 431, that probably will happen like tomorrow or whatever. But we'll swing it like maybe out a couple weeks down to $3. So we're not getting into that right now. But like I said, this AMD is looking really good, and it looks like it wants to flip this fail 2D. It's sitting in the gap. We already got the gap fill on Microsoft, right? It's all like the sentiment, like the overall market wants is like, yes, we're pushing the market down, right? It tried a little bounce earlier across a lot of stocks and it failed. Like we made some money on the bounce with Palantir, but that's not ultimately what Palantir wanted to do, right? So if you see Palantir, we got out at the perfect time on Palantir because look at where it's at now. So we get a break of this inside of this gap. This thing is folding. My pops used to say it's gonna fold like a pair of slacks. When he was talking about somebody that was like, you know what I'm saying, more talk than what they had action, he was like, man, he'll fold like a pair of slacks. So that's what's going to happen with AMD. Yeah, we're gonna keep an eye on that. All right. Again, y'all, as y'all coming in, hit that like button for me. Doot. I'm here every single day during the week, 11:30 Pacific, and then 2:30 Eastern. Okay. The whole point of this is to find setups about an hour and a half before the market opens so that we can make, educated decisions, right? Very educated decisions about swings or scalps that may be taking place like right then and there. All right. We also are talking about what is forming, right, in the long term so that we can have the levels for when those things happen, right? When those opportunities happen and we can take full advantage of them. All right. When I give you levels, take notes of them. Set your alerts. Make sure you're journaling, taking notes, doing all the things that you need to do to make sure that when you see these things, you can take full advantage of it. Not many people that's sitting online just pretty much telling you how to trade. All right. So take advantage of it. Like, ask me questions. If there's stocks that you want to see analyzed, drop them in the chat. We get to as many as we can. I think we usually do somewhere between like 10 and 20, just depending on how the live is flowing. All right. So if there's something that y'all want to see, y'all go ahead and send them to me. All right. I got maybe two more that I'm going to revisit from the list that we had yesterday. But if it's something that y'all want to see, y'all definitely let me know. All right. Yeah, definitely let me know. All right. Oh this AMD. Go ahead, pull the phone out. This AMD looking good. It's 12 minutes. It's 12 minutes left in this hourly candle. We about to see. We about to see. How dope would that be on a Thursday afternoon to make some more cash real quick? And the beautiful thing is, when you're waiting on a setup, this is the beautiful thing. This is the beautiful thing. When you waiting on a setup and it's there, especially intraday, and you're waiting and it doesn't show up, guess what? You don't have to get in it. You can keep your money and just go home. But now you got the clear level of when the biggest money making opportunity is. Right? So it's like if it don't happen right here, like, in this next, 30 minutes or whatever, it's like cool. But it's gonna happen. It's not bouncing hard enough off the level. It's at the gap. It's not bouncing hard enough. That means it's a lot of selling pressure. It's too many sellers that are coming in right now. All right, but we're not going to front run it. We're going to wait. Hey. This one ready. The other one, I think a few days ago, you got to when you ready to eat a mango, you got to discipline yourself and be like, no, I'm gonna give it 2 more days. It's something about forgetting about the mango, and then when you think about it again, it'd be perfect. This joint perfect. Yeah. That's crazy. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Wow. All right. Oh yeah, it's falling. Okay. We might have something, y'all. Stop playing with it. Listen, mom. Listen. Listen. All right, so it's flipping the fail 2D, y'all. We got 9 minutes left. This might go. This might go right here on live. All right, it flipped the fail 2D. You said you got in? No, we not in AMD yet. I'm trying to tell you, Phoenix. When them mangoes, when they ripe, yeah. I'm trying to tell you, it ain't it ain't too many fruits better. And I ain't even do what I normally do. I normally put like a little bit of lime on it. You know what I'm saying? Like put some lime on it, a little key lime on it. Another level. It says if we get into AMD puts, is it going to be a swing or overnight trade? Well, the idea would be to try to scalp it because I think we would get a pretty significant drop. Um, I wouldn't want to necessarily. I'm not sure if I want to swing it into tomorrow, only because like you know gaps are also bounce areas too. So think of gaps as like similar to order blocks, right? Oh yeah, it's coming down. It flipped that thing nicely. All right, y'all. I'm about to load AMD puts. All right, y'all. So I'm loading. I'm loading the AMD. I'm loading the 190s. I'm loading the 190s. I'm not in yet, but I'm loading them. I just want to see how it closes because we got 5 minutes. It's a short period of time, but it's also a long period of time when you sitting at a level, right? Because you could get some bounce action and just throw you for a loop. All right, so we're being patient. We got 5 minutes and 30 seconds left, and we're just gonna wait to see. All right, I'm telling you, Candy, them things fire. You said what platform do we use to enter after hours? I have Weeble. Oh no, it's not after hours right now, Phoenix. I don't enter. I don't enter after hours. He said, "What up, everyone? I'm late as usual." Supervisor, hey, soon you gonna be able to be like, you said they on your ass. Soon you gonna be able to say, "Kiss my ass." Very soon, my brother. Very soon. All right. Yeah, man. This is they playing with it. They know they know everybody on the edge of their seats right now, waiting for this one. Yeah, but 190. I'm sorry, I said calls. One well, I didn't say calls, but I was looking at calls. Um, the the 192.50 puts is what I'm looking for. All right, 192 puts is what I'll be entering when we can break this level. All right. 4 minutes left. Again, if you guys are coming in, welcome. We in the thick of things right now. We getting busy right now. We trying to figure out if we're gonna take this play right here. We got the level marked out right here. If it can drop into that, it's a free range, right? Free fall into this gap. All right. Um, We are getting towards the end of the market with about a half hour left. So if you want to play this conservative, when the opportunity does present itself, you can swing it to, or you can get next week's contracts. But what I would like to do is get in and out of this in like 5 to 10 minutes. Um, but we have to see what it's going to do. All right. Again, y'all hit that like button for your boy. Run it up. You already know, man. All right, come on, AMD. I want to make sure this is very clear for y'all to see. Is that good? This is looking, man. Take out this low. Take this structure out. This is a reversal structure right here, right? But it's failing it. What we could also say is this. This will just give you a little bit more confluence. What does that look like? That looks like a break of a bear flag and a retest of a bear flag. A drop off the bearish order block, formed the bear flag, came down, broke out of the bear flag, retested it. It was like, nope, I'm still wanting to go down. And now it's breaking through the level. All right. Not quite there yet. We got about a minute left. I want to see a nice dump right here. All right, 35 seconds. It may happen in the next candle. Let me see what's happening on the lower time frame. Came down 15 minutes. Yep. Oh yeah. This is about to be a bearish engulfing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Come on. Yeah. If it don't bounce crazy right here, let's break down. Let's get busy. All right, it's a little pop, okay? I'm just waiting to see this fail. Waiting to see this fail here, y'all. We're not gonna get psyched out by a pop or nothing like that. We're gonna see it fail our level. No funny business. Come on. Again, y'all, if you're just joining, welcome. Go ahead and hit me up with one of those likes. Just a quick doot. All right, we got 190, 97. So basically 191 is what we're trying to see the break of. Really 190.70. But this candle right here, essentially. All right. It came back up and it rejected off this bear flag. It wants to fall, but I'm just making sure that we're not getting into it prematurely. When we can clean this candle out, then we should be able to see it nice. All right. We taking this live. We trying to get out of this in like 5 minutes when we do enter. Come on now. Take out that low. Yeah, let's see. We might get a fail. We might get a fail two up here. I mean, a fail two down in this 5 minute. Yeah. This may turn into a tomorrow opportunity. But on the 30 minute, it's on a clean fail two up for the rejection. Um, I believe we come down like before the day's over. This failed two up off the rejection or the retest of the bear flag. Nice wick off of that. We should see this fall. I don't see any reason why it shouldn't. This is where the focus is. YCG, how you feeling? Nevea, no, not in yet. So we want to see it fail this 190.97 level, right? Even if it's not on a full close of the 30 minute, because the full close of the 30 minute is frankly going to take us to the end of the market, right? So I'm not waiting for the close on that. I just wanted to see it break, just break this, break this level and start making some momentum, like take out the lows. So if it can't take out lows, then what we're going to do is we're just going to monitor it for tomorrow. And this would definitely be on the watch list in the morning if it doesn't break this level here. I would love to see this happen like in the next 5 minutes. No, not yet, Zay. So if we indecisive, what's going on? How you feeling? You said ride the die. Yeah. So here, look. So I'm gonna zoom out a little bit, or let me say condense this. So this is how big the gap is on AMD. It could come as far as 173, right? There's no support in this area. It's a gap, right? However, sometimes the gap may not get filled all at one time, but when it does breach the gap and gets into it, a lot of times it will, especially coming off of a broken level, right? Off of a low, like taking out a low anytime, usually works. So into a gap, it's just all space. So uh, I don't I don't necessarily have like a, a full target. The target would actually be the low of the gap. But what we can do is just as it's dropping, we can just take profits. It's more of a scalp, right? We're not trying to get a ton out of this, but we could, you could probably squeeze about 20-30% out of this, possibly more depending on how fast it starts dropping. But like I said, if it's not, if it doesn't happen in the next like 5 minutes, um, then you're knocking on the door of like trying to get in and get out before the market closes. And you don't want to accidentally swing, and then it never breaks that level, or it bounces or something like that. So the best plan of action if we don't get it is just to like watch it in pre-market, and if it still holds this structure, right, of not reclaiming this. Matter of fact, let me make it longer. I told y'all that, right? We always make the trend lines longer to see what the next few days will entail in terms of retesting. So we could come back and retest this tomorrow, or open somewhere around this same area where it retested. So about 193.50. We could open somewhere around that, and it could come up as high as like 194 or something like that if it takes place tomorrow, and it could reject and then break through that level. So this is just a good, whenever something is like this close to its to that low and to the gap, you gotta pay attention to it. It's exactly what happened with Microsoft. Microsoft was sitting right at that gap, right? And it broke through. Then when it goes through, it might hang out 2-3 days in the gap. You know what I mean? So it could break through, and then maybe the farthest it goes tomorrow is like 186 or 185 or something like that. This thing got $20. So we could have 2-3 days of just filling this gap, right? And you just play it level to level. You get your money, you get in and you get out. If you're getting in on a Friday, 0 DTE, that's very quick money. But like again, this late in the day, I wouldn't even recommend no 0 DTE trade, even if you're trying to get out, because you just don't want to get caught up in a pop with 20 minutes left, 0 DTE. Like, you could lose all your money. You know what I mean? Like in seconds. So again, we're gonna be patient. When this finally does make its move, we don't worry, I got y'all. I'm not gonna have y'all in nothing silly. You know what I mean? So if it doesn't do it, we just won't get it. We just won't enter. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it looks like we might not get it, yo. All right, we'll keep an eye on it. Somebody just keep an eye on that for me. All right. I'm gonna move to some other stocks. You know what? I'm tripping. Today's not Friday, so it wouldn't be 0 DTE. So if you got into it, you would still have tomorrow. My fault. I forget today's Thursday. All right. But you know what? While we're on AMD, let me also show y'all like what the upside opportunity will be like once we get past this gap. All right. So by the time we fill the gap, this precious NVIDIA, by the time we fill the gap, AMD. By the time we fill the gap, AMD would be down almost 35%. No brainer. No brainer to the upside on leaps. Right? And again, if you want to take a more conservative approach, you can have add points. This could, that gap fill could be the first add point, right? Then you go on your chart, and after the gap fill, you go down and see what's the next bullish order block. Next bullish order block is down here at 160 area. All right. What's the next one? What's the next one below that? Yeah, ain't none. So yeah, so down. Oh, I got a bearish. It's a bearish Randy Jackson. Oh, hold up. Exactly, Jamal. Again, as y'all come in here, man, hit that like button for me. Hit Doot. All right. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate the love. All right. Let's see. It's at 192 right now. Yeah, this thing wants to come down. But yeah, so Liz, in terms of price target, we would be targeting the low of the gap. However, it really just depends on what the landscape looks like tomorrow. Like, are they going to want to bounce the market tomorrow? If not, then we could see a good majority of this get filled. But there's no levels in the gap. It's just a gap. So I can't say that it's going to be exactly 184. Like, that would just be me making up something. There's no gap. I mean, there's no support or resistance. So it's a gap is a great opportunity for a free fall, especially when it's been hesitating at a level for a while, right? It's made its way down pretty significantly. This is a really beautiful opportunity once it can get under this level. All right, but again, like I said, when it fills this gap, and if it comes down to this order block, because it don't got to come down this far, that's leap city. That's leap city. We talking about 30 to 40% decline on a major tech stock like AMD. All right, Doot! Hit that like button for me, y'all. Hey, listen. I think the last live we did was the biggest. Right? I think it wound up getting like, was it like 89 or 90 likes. So shout out to y'all, man. And hold up. Yeah, this thing keep. We got 14 minutes left. Let me look at the. Okay, let me see what it's forming on the daily. I don't see no reason why this not gonna keep coming down. I'm gonna be real with you, because this is not even. I forgot the gap was all the way up here, so it's already in. it's already in the gap. The gap is so the gap was up here, but it filled part of that gap. So the gap is really the gap really started like right here. Right about there. So it's already in the gap. I just want to see it take out the lows, but we may not get that. Hmm. It's about that low. Yeah. This one going to dump tomorrow, y'all. This one for sure going to dump tomorrow. There's nothing that says that it's supposed to, bounce here. Because it's not even at the top of the gap anymore. It's in the gap. Yeah. Either I hope it waits till tomorrow. Yeah, seriously. If we can get a nice little like, if it can open like right here tomorrow, I don't know, but a part of me think it's going like fall like hard tomorrow. Like we already gonna be down. You know what I mean? Like that's just my intuition though. Hey, I appreciate you, Gigi, Mama, Gigi's Mama, Gigi Mama, Liz. Appreciate you. Exactly. All right. All right. Are we gonna keep it moving? NXPI. It's a bullish harami right here. Watch when I cut the strato. That's a bullish harami right there. That yeah, this is possibly a cool setup for a call. A call, retrace of previous day highs, which is also today's highs. Um, not a bad setup for a call. I'm not gonna lie. Let's lower this first started. Oh, but they got downgraded today by Citigroup. Not that that means anything, for the movement, but when there's a downgrade, that day or two surrounding that could suffer, and even break the structure. So that one reason is going to be the reason that I'm not going to take this call, because and we can monitor it, right? Like I'll put a note by it to look at it. Um, but I'm not going to take it just because of that. So the structure is here, but this kind of news can impact the structure. Like I said, like within a few days, and being that tomorrow's Friday, I don't even want to take the risk on it. But just for my curiosity and to see if if this is called correctly, I am going to come back and revisit revisit tomorrow to see um, if bullish Karami worked out, or if it failed. All right. Not a bad one. AMD failed? Talk to me, Liz. Ugh. All right, y'all. Yeah. Yeah. If it closes below this level, I'm gonna take it. Yeah, this looks really good, yo. On the daily, this looks too like, you know what I mean? Like all of this area here. I just want to see it close below that level. You said Walmart, a failed 2 and a 3. Let's see. It sounds like a bearish engulfing. You said a failed 2 and a 3, so a 3 up or a 3 down? No matter of fact, let me leave this. Let me make sure I leave this. I'm looking at Walmart. Ooh. Yeah, Walmart on the 4. That's on the 4. Yeah, Walmart. Man, Walmart clean for puts. Straight up. Walmart clean as hell for puts. I like that. All right, so I'm gonna take Walmart puts at the February 13th, so that's next week. I'm taking the 128 puts. All right, it's right here at this pivot point. It failed this pivot point twice into a bearish engulfing. So I'm taking that February 13th weeklies, not this week but next weeklies, 128 puts. Yeah, that's a beautiful setup right there, and I'm in that. All right, there we go. Yeah. Oh he called Walmart. Yeah, so I'm in there. Yeah, that's nice. We should be paid tomorrow. All right. Y'all see this reversal right here? This is it literally formed the reversal at the reversal point, rejected it again, got a bearish engulfing. We could at minimum come down, um, and clean up. This right here is a whole fair value gap, right? We got the wick right here, right? The wick right here. So this area is the fair value gap. So we could see this, if it wants to fill it, come down to come down a whole $2. We get that drop early in the morning tomorrow. That'd be nice. When it feels that gap, it may want to possibly do some sort of bull flag or something like that, right, in this area, and then bounce back up. So yeah, I like that a lot. All right. Did y'all want to see anything? Y'all want to see me analyze anything? What y'all got for me? On last night's live. Okay, so we on the same wavelength. All right. Um, yeah, what y'all want to see? What would y'all like to see analyzed? Again, if you're just joining, man, welcome. Hit that like button, boop, right? One time for me. It takes no effort, and I'm gonna give you full effort. All right. Also, if you are looking for a trading home, the Prosperity Collective. Go look through the comments. Go see what everybody's talking about. Go look at the gains that they're getting on a consistent basis. The link is in the description of all my videos. Hit the link and really just read through what people are saying, right? We're here giving you this free game every single day on YouTube in the form of static videos, in the form of lives. All right. And between all of that, you have enough to go and trade on your own and make money. But if you want that camaraderie, right? You want to be a part of a family, you want to be a part of a movement, right? You want to be a part of history. I truly believe that the Prosperity Collective is just what you've been looking for. All right. No major, sell, no pressure. But if this resonates, if what I say resonates, if my energy resonates, don't delay it any longer. Go ahead and make that decision. Get on that train. All right. He said new gold. Doot. You already know. You already know. It's the only place to be. All right. See, Lily, she's like, I got my little list for you. Lily was like, I got my list for you. Lily got her list. All right, we got. I said Lily. Liz got her list. I'm looking at the first one you put. Liz got her list. I'm looking at Eli Lily. All right, so we got Eli Lily, CLS, CoreWeave, Gold, MGD, Carvana, and CLP. Okay. Hey, appreciate that, Jamal. Nah, tell him. Tell him. Tell him. All right. The cat is out the bag, y'all. We are the best. All right. COP. I don't know how I feel about a stock called COP. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that, man. Mm-hmm. And we got a reversal here. Yeah, this could want to fall. It's reversing at this like just below this bearish this bearish order block. It could be cool. Um, I don't really know much about ConocoPhillips, but I can do some research. It looks like it has a pretty consistent movement though. I do like that. Right? It looks like it's pretty predictable. Like when it hits the top of the Bollinger Band, it falls and it reverts, moves in a very consistent wave-like manner, which is what you want to see on the stock. So I do like that. So with that being said, this looks like it does want to come back down and revert to the mean. So what we'll do on COP is we will see how tomorrow opens, and if there's some early signals for bearish activity, like a drop, and close below the VWAP, or like a 15-minute, or breakdown, then we could definitely look for tomorrow to be a confirmation day for this reversal pattern. All right. And we could even possibly get a nice like swing in there too if we get a confirmation tomorrow. So yeah, not bad, not bad at all. Levels that I would like to see, what I would be targeting is $100, $150, right? So, or not $150, but $100 to $100.50. So this area right here would be the target if we continue to hold this this structure of a lower high and a lower low. All right, you feel me? Look, y'all feel me? I don't know about a stock man called COT, man. That's a it could get a little tricky. You said Amazon earnings crashing. Let me see. Y'all have y'all noticed we done seen a lot of big dogs fall. A lot of the big dogs, they falling. Why I put two N's? Oh wow. Oh yeah, y'all. With damn 10. Oh my goodness. Y'all, with all of these major like tech companies falling like this off of earnings, we to the downside we go. I'm trying to tell you. So we talking about 199. Yo, do you know where 199 is on Amazon? That's through the order block. Look, that's all the way down here. Oh yeah. We might see a huge drop in the market tomorrow, y'all. Let me see. I'm gonna update y'all, right? If you're in the Prosperity Collective, y'all will definitely get some updates throughout the evening, throughout the day with which is what I'm seeing in like post market and stuff like that. But yeah, we could have a very bloody day in the streets tomorrow. All right, we're gonna see. All right, Carvana. I ain't mad at Carvana. It wasn't Carvana's fault that it dropped. The market dropped the next day. So I ain't mad at it. I can go look at it. Yeah, it got a nice little bounce today. It could potentially go up, but again, I'm not really I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I'm not too fond of the upside unless it's a quick scalp, right? A quick scalp. If it's not a quick scalp, I don't trust it until we get back above certain levels. All right, we got too many major companies in a free fall right now. So I wouldn't be too excited about a call on Carvana just yet. Um, Also, it has all of this over here that it could potentially still come down and clean up, right? We got the double top up here, right? Thought we were reversing on this failed 2D. It didn't want to do that, so it could potentially be coming down to 326. If we can fail this level, I do like puts. So let me put that. So if y'all want to mark this level in your notes, 361. If we can get a break below that, I'd be interested in puts for sure. And we could take those down to, down to this order block right here on the swing. All right, or play an intraday for shorter gains. All right, so got 361 put level for Carvana. All right, so y'all make sure y'all write that down. 361 for Carvana. $361 for Carvana. All right, we got NGO. Is it NGO or NGD? New gold. Yep. More crashing in the metals. More crashing in the metals. Remember I told y'all the other day, right? We were looking at silver, and we were also looking at some other like silver like mining company. Um, this is what was expected, right? Because it was forming this little bear flag right here. And again, I told y'all since it pumps so much, like silver and gold look the exact same on the chart, so we don't got to go over both, right? It was pumping so much that it's like the pullback is when it finally gets a pullback, right? Not a day pullback or a little short, whatever. But when it finally pulls back, when you get a big move like that, it'd be a real pullback. That's why institutions like it around here, right? So when gold and silver can pull into this order block again, silver has the same order block, then we can get back into the zone of looking for calls. Would I play this to the downside down here? It's not. It's to me it's kind of like yeah, but you could just do it intraday for scalps. But the swings we want to be looking for the big opportunities. So when it comes down here, then we're talking about bounce action that could send us back to the top. All right. So order block for gold, silver, any metals. I want to see it down here before getting into any calls. All right. So a specific level. Right now, there's no specific level, but like I said, this zone. So if you want the for new gold, if you want the zone 780 to 865, right? 780 to 865, which for such a small a small size stock is a pretty significant move. So if this were scaled up into the hundreds, then this would this would be more like a $10 gap instead of a $1 gap. All right, or not gap but order block. So when it comes into this area, what we'll be looking for is just some sort of a reversal signal. It could be a hammer. It could be bullish engulfing. It could be a belt hold. It could be a piercing pattern. It could be so many things. We want to wait for the reversal and the confirmation in this area. that makes it high probability. That makes the risk to reward in your favor. All right, so that's the area. Make sure y'all got that noted. And yeah, so order block area awaiting bounce. All right, beautiful. And again, y'all, as y'all are coming in here, man, do me a favor and just hit that like button one time for me. All right, just doop. That's all I need. That's all I need, right? I'm gonna keep giving y'all free game every day of the week. Also on a Sunday, and then back again on a Monday and a Tuesday and a Wednesday and a Thursday and a Friday. All right, and I may, depending on how I'm feeling, like Saturday, I might surprise you if I'm seeing something in my studies. You know what I'm saying? So hit that like button for me to mean a tremendous amount. All right, I appreciate you. All right, next we got, so again, new gold and gold. We can go to gold, but it's like I said, it's gonna be the same exact situation. I don't really need to analyze two things that are the same. You see how gold is the same thing. This the order block's like right down here. It's coming out of this like what looks like a bear flag type of structure when you spread it out. All right, so yeah, down here for gold would be around $399 or $400, um, and 390. See, what did I tell you? I said if you scale it out to the actual gold, it'd probably be about $10 instead of a $1 order block, and that's exactly what it is. It's about a $10 order block right here. Same structure, so you can mark those levels. You know, $399 or $400 is more of a round number down to 390. All right. Again, some sort of bullish reversal and confirmation would be when I would want to get into this, but with how much this pumped, it has quite a bit of dumping to do. All right. You see a portfolio looking sad because I don't know who to cuss. They need to run it up already. Oh, you talking about for gold, for the metals? Can you teach us one day on back testing U and Z levels be on point? No, for sure. I could definitely do that. One thing, let me switch off screen real quick. So Liz, one thing that I do, right? One thing that I do, and this is a very, very easy, like, when I say it's easy, it's mean like it doesn't take a lot of like math or anything like that. But it's very simple to do, but it's tedious as hell. I'm not gonna lie to you. You want to have 5 to 10 things that you want to discover about a particular stock, right? So if you're doing this for your watch list, like you just sent me, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You sent me 7 stocks, right? So say you want to do this for 7 stocks. You want to have some very specific things that you want to know about whatever strategy that you're testing. So yeah, I know we use strat method, we use fair value gaps. I mean, we got so many tools in the bag. Depending on what the market is doing, you'll see us pull a different tool out, right? But for the most part, the strat it kills on the scalps. It works on the on the swings as well. I got the Bollinger Band, Keltner channel popping for the swings. Other swing strategies as well. They all go crazy, but all you got to do is choose one, whichever one you're most comfortable with, whichever one you feel at home with. Go with that, and then you want to go and search for it on those stocks. Now, if you're doing it for 7 stocks, I'm not gonna lie, this might take you about 5 hours. If you're doing it for one stock, it might take you an hour, 40 minutes to an hour. But what you want to do is you want to go back and find 100 of those, right? 100 of those, or if you don't want to find 100, you want to go and 100 going to take you actually a lot longer. You just want to see a year of data, right? 1 to 2 years of data. Let me not do it on 100. 1 to 2 years of data of you seeing your strategy, right? So if your strategy is failed 2 downs, you can go and look for a failed 2 down on say the stock that you want to study for the day is Lilly. you can go and look back for a year and you can manually point out. And what I do is I create like a little spreadsheet. Like I get like a Google sheet, and then I put the stock, and then I'll put what the setup is in a column, and then I'll put how many days did it take to work out, right? Well, first of all, did it work out? If so, how many days did it take to work out? Also, there'll be another column for what was the percentage gain, right? This is the equivalent of a sports person like watching film. When you start to watch the market, that's when you get familiar. When you start observing, the same way you observe people, right? And it don't have to be for malicious intent, right? When you're observing somebody, it's so that you can, be a better spouse or friend to them. You know the things that they like. No different with the market. You gotta learn the things that the market likes to do, and what that is going back and literally taking the time to do tedious things like that. So again, I'm just using this as an example. A failed 2D. I want to go and see, did this work out? Okay, it worked out. How many days did it take for it to work out? Okay, before it reversed, right? So if we got a failed 2D and then it pushed to the upside, how much of a percentage gain was that on the stock before it started reversing and coming back down? So if I see a failed 2D, I'm going to say, hey, did it work out? What was the max percentage and what was the time frame to get to that max percentage? All right. I'm also going to ask myself the question, did it work out the next day? Now, when you get all these answers, these are just yes or no questions, right? Except the question about the time. That's finite, right? You write that in, and you can get an average on any sort of numbers that you're using, right? But if it's a yes or no question, that's going to help you get to probability, because what you're going to do is say, okay, if I looked at 100 of these and 80 of them worked out, simple math is that this is an 80% probability over the past year. Over the past year, a failed 2D worked out 80% of the time. On average, from 100 or from a year of data, I also noticed that it took an average of 3 to 4 days for the failed 2D to work out in my favor, right? These are all fictitious numbers and examples that I'm using. Also, you might say it took it made an average of 40% over this particular period of time before it reversed. So now you got a bunch of different data sets that you can look at and say, hey, when I see a failed 2D on Apple based on this previous year, 80% of the time it's going to work out. 70% of the time it's going to get me at least, a 10% movement in the stock itself, or a 5% movement or whatever, which equates to, whatever calculation for the actual options contract, right? You know exactly how many times it doesn't work out, and that's just one layer, right? Follow me. That's just one layer. Good information. That's enough information right there for you to start feeling more confident in your trades. Now, if you want to add another layer, you gotta be a nerd about this shit sometimes. You know what I mean? Like I rock with being a nerd. I feel like being a nerd is good. Like because to me, nerd means passion. Nerd means I want to do something. I want to give something to the world. I want to be so good at something that I can give something to the world and help people. Right? So get nerdy about anything you take on. Don't just half-ass that shit. Like, get nerdy. So that's one layer. The next layer is like, you might say, okay, when the failed 2D has a body that is, that is like in a hammer format, right? Go back and ask yourself those same questions. So all the questions you just asked about a failed 2D in general, you ask yourself those questions again about a specific shape of a failed 2D. So over the past year or two, how many times did a failed 2D that was shaped like a hammer work out? How many days did it take? What was the percentage gain, after a specific period of time. You see what I'm saying? And you can keep adding layers to it to get even more specific and know that stock even more, so that your pattern recognition is out of this world, so that when you do see these setups in real time, when it's game time, you done got all that practicing, all that filming, and you really understand what's going on with the stock. That's how you get to the level where you are a sniper, where your income is predictable, where you can't be stopped, where you can live anywhere you want to live, move how you want to move, because you know you can go into the market and use it like an ATM. All right? And you can do this with as many setups as you want. It's all about how much work you're willing to put in, how much time you're willing to put in. All right? That's it. It's time for y'all to get out here and murder shit, man. Excuse my language. It says, what is that? Can you teach us? Yeah. I just don't have the time right now, but I know that I need it. Do taxes. Yeah. Hey, Liz. It's just make time at some point. You know what I mean? Like if you got an hour, it could even be, it could even be like missing the live. I'll be on this live for an hour and a half. So you could be on maybe one of the days, you do it then. Matter of fact, you know what I'm gonna do? This is what I'm gonna do. Someday next week. Let me write this down, because I really want to walk y'all through this. So, also y'all, I won't be here a couple days next week. My dad's funeral is on Thursday. All right, so next Thursday I won't be here. I probably won't be here Wednesday, Thursday, and maybe Friday. But maybe Monday and Tuesday. Monday or Tuesday, I'll let you know. We will do a version of a back test. Okay, so we'll sit here. Y'all can watch me. Y'all can also have y'all laptops out, and we can literally just go ahead and build, like a study. Right? We can choose one and we can do it together. Yeah, we'll choose one. We'll do it together, and we'll have specific things that we look for. All right. So back test on live with the group, and we're gonna build a spreadsheet. And get real probabilities. All right. I think that'll help y'all, tremendously when you do that. Okay, for sure. Hey, I appreciate you, Brittany. Appreciate y'all. Real talk. I appreciate y'all. Yeah. So I'm gonna be out. You know what I mean? Handling business and grieving and going through that process. You know what I mean? I'm gonna allow myself to do that. But yeah, Monday and Tuesday we'll go over that, and we're gonna knock it out. And from there, y'all gonna have like, this is really gonna take the trading to the next level. You see what I'm saying? All right. I appreciate y'all condolences for sure. All right. So yeah, we've been here about 2 hours. Oh yeah, we got 2 more to go. All right. So we got CoreWeave, CLS, and Lily, and then I'll go ahead and let y'all go. All right. Again, as you guys are coming in, y'all go ahead and hit that like button one time for your boy. All right. I appreciate you, Liz. No, definitely, QTZ. I definitely will. Definitely, George, man. Appreciate you, brother. I appreciate it the first, Jay. Absolutely, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate it, Darrell. All right. So this got Lily. Yeah, Lily came back down. It broke through this little resistance area. Yeah, so it made such a big move today, um, that it may start to get a little. It's starting to bounce right here, but that's just the end of the day. That don't really mean that it won't come down. But we have the level marked right here, 976.68. If it can break down out of that, that's when yeah, I remember we actually went over this. When it can break that level at 976.68, then it has a lot of room, as you can see over here, to come down. So if the market still wants to push down to close the week out, this could be it. We just got to watch for the break of the lows, right? The break of this swing low right here. Anything outside of that, unless it's like a break of a high, which we're definitely not about to get tomorrow, I'm not really interested in it. So the level for Lily is going to be 976.68 for a break to the downside. Okay, that's what I'll be looking for. Hey, Side Jack, I appreciate you, brother. All right. So that's Lily. That's Lily. 978.60. That's bearish put level. All right. We got core weave. Core weave. Core weave. So core weave is down in post market about 1.5%. I'm not sure if they got any sort of announcements. Or they got earnings coming in 13 days. Okay. It's sitting in an order block, so we could definitely see a bounce here. It's right at the lower extreme of the Bollinger Band, so this is actually a pretty cool opportunity right here. We just got to see what it does tomorrow. So I'll be watching for a possible bullish opportunity on CoreWeave for a confirmation. Tomorrow could be its confirmation day. Again, it's down in post market, but it's just going to depend on what the market wants to do. But the reason that I like it is because just look how clean this is coming down, right? We got all red candles, no interruptions. So when it does decide to change directions, we could at least retrace and retest right here at 92. So you're talking about $20 that could be made just in that next call play, right? But again, we got to get the confirmation. We don't want to front run it because the markets are dropping across the board. But I do like the way this is starting to set up. So we'll come back and revisit this tomorrow. All right. All right. And last but not least, oh shit, can y'all not see my screen? My bad, y'all. Let me go over that again. I didn't realize I couldn't see my screen. So Core Weave has this order block right here, right? And as you can see, we got all of this, all these red candles. So it's a very clean move down, right? Very direct, easy trend. So once we get a bullish confirmation, then we could immediately retrace back up to 92. And we're talking about this could happen in a single day once we get the confirmation. Dollar General had a similar setup, right? It wasn't this distance, but it had a similar setup. So even just targeting 50% of this, of this down move will get you paid pretty significantly. All right, especially if that bullish confirmation date takes place tomorrow and it wants to push it. All right, so Friday and Monday, I'm watching for opportunities in core week. All right, and last but not least, we got CLS. CLS, and what we say this morning, I'm gonna let y'all go after that. Dope. I'm gonna let y'all go. Oh yeah. This might not have been a bad play to take today. This is confirmation day. But then again, this bearish order block is pretty close. Yeah, we're probably going to be range bound in here. If this doesn't make like a strong move, like it'll probably be it'll probably consolidate in this range. I'm seeing that it's rejecting off of this area. It's having a little trouble right here. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw consolidation, on CLS tomorrow. I'll keep an eye on it. Let's watch for consolidation. But again, y'all, when you look at stocks, you want to always be looking for the best opportunities, right? The best opportunities are like at rejection levels or at bounce levels, and when you get a confirmation and the the left side of the pattern has clean red candles to the downside or vice versa, right? Because what that spells is like just very little resistance. Just like in life, right? There's a spiritual law called the law of least resistance. And things tend to move better, obviously, when they have less resistance, right? So if there's less resistance, it's more likely that it's going to make a bigger move, right? The thing that keeps you down is resistance. When you don't see it, it's like that's a good play. So when I'm deciding between whether I want to go into something that has, you know, choppiness and resistance and wicks and stuff like that, or some sort of bearish order block, it's just like I don't really. There's too many other opportunities um, to get into that don't have that type of stuff, right? So yeah, it's a decent opportunity. But when I see a bearish order block here, bullish order block here, that's not much of a distance for me. This looks like it would give me a little bit of a headache or some frustration, just where it's positioned right now. I guess you can consider this a bullish confirmation, but again, you got the bearish order block sitting right here. But since this is a clean, push down right here, this type of bearish order block, if it's bullish tomorrow, you could actually see this come all the way to the top of this bearish order block, right? When you're in other moves, the bearish order block may not have like this much space. Again, I don't like taking calls into a bearish order block, but this is one that has the potential to actually clean this candle up right here. I'm gonna stay away from it. I like some other opportunities in the market a little better, but we'll see how it plays out tomorrow. All right, so that's CLS. That's CLS. Again, y'all, if y'all can go ahead and hit the like button for me, that'd be great. If you haven't already, just real quick, just hit that doot, and we are good. All right. I'm about to get out of here again, y'all. If you're looking to better your trading, there's no better place than the Prosperity Collective. Okay. The link is in the description of all my videos. Also, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss another live. Turn the notifications on, right? Hit the like button. Get involved. All right. I said earlier in this live, going the nerd route is the way to go, right? That's going to get you paid. That's going to get you like familiar with this skill set so that you never have to worry about a boss again, never got to worry about you having to be somewhere at a certain time. You can get to a point where you command the money that you deserve. All right? It's always love over here. I truly appreciate y'all, man. All the condolences, all the well wishes, all of that stuff. I truly, truly appreciate it. All right? Remember, invest smart, live free. I see you in the next one. Peace.